What? What's the deal, y'all? Today is a good day. Uh, Today is a real good day. It's Friday. I don't know. I got a good feeling about today. My week been going pretty good. I done had a pretty good week this week, man. So I just feel like why not end it good? End it with a bang. I'm thinking about getting that PSVR this weekend. Y'all know I'm a big gadget head, so I'm thinking about buying that new PSVR. I was gonna get the Oculus, cause my homegirl Nita came through and showed it to me. She like technology too, and she play games and all that. So she came through and showed me that Oculus too when it came out, and I was like, "Oh, that's man!" I was impressed to say the least. So I'm like, "Yeah, I like that Oculus." Um, It's some games on there that I really, really like. They actually got a real dope boxing game on there, a Creed boxing game that got some good one-to-one latency, and you could really get some good boxing work in on there. No bull. Like, I'm dead serious. You know what I mean? So thinking of buying that, and a couple other things or whatever. But no, I like that Oculus though. I like it. So that's out. Just came out, a couple other things that I want to buy, a couple other gadgets. Uh, but I'm going to wait though. I think I'm going to wait a whole workout. Yep. Yeah. Um. So I don't know. I'm thinking about it, but I feel like this week been going pretty good. I got a lot of work done. I've been working real hard, thinking about treating myself, rewarding myself. But I got a trip out of town. I'm going out of town to a music festival in approximately a week. So it'll be what next? When is the 11th? The 11th is next Saturday. So I'm gonna be going next Saturday, and I'm gonna be going to like, man, somewhere far. Shit, I think I'm gonna go with one of my traveling partners I like to travel with. Um, and if you want to travel, you gotta find a pirate. Ahoy, Lando! No, I'm just joking. Nah, but so I'm gonna go out of town, take my first trip of 2023. Uh, and go to the music festival. It's just things were going pretty good. Kanisha, you crazy. I know you. I'm just joking, man. Nah, all my peoples is up top though. I wouldn't travel with nobody, especially like that. I ain't think we was in good hands, and it was gonna be all good. But it's gonna be like a '90s or like either '80s or '90s music festival or something like that. So it'll be interesting. I like the little throwback stuff. Always an older crowd. Um, is like we all under the understanding that we here to chill and get and have fun. So it's never no, we too old to be shooting and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Niggas got arthritis in their trigger fingers and shit. But nah, for real. We ain't gonna get into no. We just gonna have some good old fashioned fun. I'm looking forward to it. But you know, we got to talk about some stuff today, man. Today, I was disappointed, but I guess it made sense though. So I'm looking into my clips and I'm looking at, the different events and going through my vetting process for how I, go about picking my clips and everything like that. And I see a clip in particular about Blueface's mom. And I never really seen his mom talk a lot. I always heard from Blueface, I always heard from Krishan. I seen when his mom fought Krishan and got beat up and peed on herself. Um, I seen a few things here and there, but it was confusing. Blueface mama looked young, and she looked kind of good too. You know what I'm saying? And that might have a lot to do with why she's still getting beat up by teenagers and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But she said something that disappointed me though, man. And she was like, basically, she was advocating for his, what you want to call her, his aborted baby mama, advocating for her to fight somebody in the interview for the questions the interviewer was asking her. Like, some of y'all might have seen this clip, but the lady was Moniece or something like that, I think is her name. I hate that name. But I think it's one of them basketball ladies, right? And she was just asking her normal questions. It's an interview. And I guess Krishan was getting mad because you could tell the way she was asking dude the questions was in a way like, this is a woman who got some self-esteem and she asking you some real damn questions, nigga. You know what I'm saying? And she didn't like it. Krishan didn't like it because she didn't like nobody talking to Blueface like that. You know what I'm saying? Because she can't talk to him like that, I guess. That's what it came off like to me. Like, she can't just express herself. So she was getting pissed off, and dude, mama gonna be like, that was the one time she should have smashed her. Like, she should have fought the interviewer and all that. Like, dude, you somebody mama. What you say, Sin? You too old, bitch, to be acting like that. You old enough to be somebody's grandma. And you probably is somebody. Oh yeah, she is somebody's grandmama because Blueface got kids. But she up there talking about, she should have fought and all this. Man, that disappointed me, man. I wanted to believe that, Blueface was just making bad decisions, but I got them mama issue vibes from this whole situation. I'ma elaborate on that later or whatever, because that get deep with guys who raised by single mamas. We gonna talk about that later. I'm gonna drop some game on y'all. But then, in addition to that, I don't know if y'all know who Alex Jones is, right? But Alex Jones, man, and I hate to say it, I'm ashamed to say it, but I know some of y'all, could relate. But like maybe in the internet's early conception, I used to listen to Alex Jones. I used to watch InfoWars. What up, Nikki? I ain't seen you in a long time. I miss you, Nikki. Day-to-day K in the building. What's going on, kid? I just seen you yesterday. I don't miss you. I'm just joking. Moderation gang on deck. Watch what you say. I gotta watch what I say too, cause Kia pull up on me, and she drive a moderation blue Buick and shit. You know what I'm saying? I promise she do. It's the same It's the same color as when you a moderator on YouTube, right? So she gonna try to pull up and moderate me, but nah. So I was a little bit disappointed in that, and so let me tell you about Alex Jones. I grew up, like, when the internet first came out, I used to listen to Alex Jones. He got a show called InfoWars. InfoWars tell you who is an alien. You know what I'm saying? They tell you who's sacrificing kids for mixtape, you know what I'm saying, features. You know what I mean? They tell you, like, who secretly is a lizard, masquerading as a robot, all type of shit like that. And we all good for a good conspiracy. And before we figured out that the internet is full of liars and grifters, and it's nobody really to moderate it as a whole, we thought that if they put things on the internet, it must be true, because why would they let them show it? Shapeshifters, all type of shit. She said shift. She said shift shapers. That's your supervisor. You shift shaping motherfucker, you. Nah, but she said shift shapers, but nah, shapeshifters and all that. I used to buy into a lot of that shit. Yeah, I know, sue me. I didn't go, QAnon, like James Brown is coming back and he gonna be the vice president to, you know what I'm saying, Michael Jackson and shit, right? But I went kind of deep. I went a little deep down the rabbit hole. I was believing in like FEMA coffins and You know what I'm saying? How deep did I go? I got to like FEMA coffins and like FEMA camps and shit like that. That's as far as like I couldn't go no deeper than that, man, because they started adding racial stuff to it, and they started adding homophobic stuff to it, and that's where I got off the radical bus. Like, nah, Alex Jones, you on some a lot of this stuff personal. Which bring me to this clip today, man. This dude is a fallen, like he is disgraced, like has been publicly shamed and sued for $1 billion for lying. He don't got no money. He a drunk. And his wife is outing him as being bi. But this is what's interesting. Let's talk about this. You know, here in Mac World, we don't believe in kink shaming nobody. Whatever you into, that's just what the fuck you into. You know what I'm saying? You know, I had a girl, she told me she wanted me to put her on a leash. You know what I'm saying? You know, and I was like, that's crazy. And, you know, after we came from Petco, but no, so I don't know what nobody is into, and it ain't up to me to shame nobody or nothing like that. I don't give a shit, right? But this is what I will say. You know what I'm saying? Don't do shit that okay, like don't do shit that you are ashamed of, but not only that, you could do shit that you ashamed of if you into getting shamed. You know what I'm saying? That might actually literally be your kink, right? Getting shamed. But don't shame okay, that's a better way to put it. Don't try to shame other people for the shit you secretly doing. And so we know Alex Jones, racist. You know what I'm saying? Always got something racist to say. We know he homophobic, always saying something homophobic. He always against transgenders and all this stuff. But look at here. What did we find out about Alex Jones through his leaked text messages and his messages with his wife? Dude is not only bi, or she's saying stuff to him being bi, but he's into black guys. You know what I'm saying? He like big black guys. You know what I'm saying? Him and his wife both. That's crazy. And I remember watching a podcast where this white dude was like, and he like cuckold, you know, cuckoldry imagery, and I guess I don't know if I could say the word, but you know, P-Ron, you know what I'm saying? And basically what that is that's like, oh, like I'm the husband, the helpless husband, why like I know like my wife is doing something, like the dude is like, you know, smanging out my wife, and like I'm sitting there and I'm watching or whatever, like, you know, some like kind of shaming, like a little bit of, you know, shit like that or whatever. And he's into that. Like he wants to see black guys, you know, do Mrs. Jones. You know what I'm saying? And so it's just crazy. It went off the rails. He in all type of trannies and stuff like that, which again I said ain't no shaming for him, you know, but it's like you against it though, and you against them as a people, but you secretly into them. Like, so a lot of these people, I told y'all, they be projecting Kanye West. Oh, Jesus is king, and Jesus this and you speaking morals to everybody else, but you talking about you a sex addict and you a P-Ron addict and all that. You know what I'm saying? So it's just crazy. But Alex Jones, the situation get pathetic though, man. His mama and them don't be answering his calls. He be you know that hey beautiful, hey beautiful, hey beautiful, hey, he be doing that, the hey beautiful 5-6 times text. It's crazy, man. This man, the life done fell apart. So we got to look at that. And then the last thing we gonna look at, I try and save the thing that pissed me off the most for last. Maybe I need to put it in there like a sandwich right in the middle of the two things that ain't that bad, right? But the last thing, a 12-year-old boy, the police raided his house, and they shot him. They shot the boy. They shot him laying in the bed. He was laying in the bed. Same thing, Breonna Taylor style, you know, raid, botched raid or whatever, bad raid, however you want to call it. And so they come in the house, and basically shit, they shoot the boy while he laying in the bed. But the way they shot him was crazy, and I'm gonna let y'all. We gonna look into it. You know, I ain't gonna reveal it to y'all because it's a plot twist. It ain't like they didn't even just come in there and just like boom, just shoot him right away. They came in there, they acknowledged who he was or whatever. You know, they seen he was a 12-year-old boy. They seen he was in the bed. They waited a minute and then shot him. Boom. You know what I'm saying? So shit gonna piss you off. So I'm gonna save it for last. But y'all know what we gotta do, man. Get these analytics right. Throw in a little bit of music in the meanwhile, you know what I'm saying? And then we gonna get this thing smoking. So yeah, Mac World, let's go.
This song give me so many emotions.
Shout out to Kia. Why? Why, 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 why don't you care? Why are you never there? Why am I always wondering why? I gave you every chance I could, and I'm still wondering why I still care. Why am I always there? Why? Why can I not let go? I'm tired of hearing my echo. Why can I not let go? I'm tired of hearing my echo. Mac World, let's go. Yeah, man. Shout out to Kid. She be blowing, man. She got that voice. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. Let's get this thing started. All right, y'all. Okay. My phone blowing up right now. Shit. Hold on. Let me see what the hell going on. All right. Hear ye. Let me see. What? Anyways, yeah, man. So, yeah. We gotta talk about this thing with Blueface mama, man. Mama face. Blue mom, what y'all wanna call her? Mom face? Or y'all wanna call her Blue Mom? We gonna call her Mom Face. You know what I'm saying? And Mama Face, that's what we gonna call her. She out here tripping, man. Cause I wanted to think that, like, you know, or I ain't gonna say I wanted to think that, because, you know, here in Mac World, we deal with reality shit. And staying away 135. Staying at 135 and Shakur promised it'll be a champ this year. Cool. That's a bet. So here at Mac, we're we believe that you got to let the chips fall where they may. And I was under the impression that it was just him, kind of being young, not really the experience he don't really got, you know what I mean? Maybe just going with the flow, the clout of the situation, that made him choose a chick like Krishan Rock, you know what I mean? Whatever her name is, right? But then I see this thing with his mama, and it make perfect sense, cause I think a lot of girls' first idea of what a man should be like is their dad, and the same with a lot of guys, it's their mom. A reason you got a lot of guys in dysfunctional relationships and dudes beating on girls and all that is because they done seen their moms, be in them situations and in a lot of dysfunctional relationships, Not so much your dad, you ain't gonna see your dad doing a whole lot of that. A single dad, the whole dynamic is different. But let's check this out though, y'all. I ain't gonna hold y'all up too much more. Wanna make sure that I got my audio and all that right. Alrighty. Alright, check this out, y'all. I'm gonna go back a little bit. Alright.
That
No,
shit.
it's not even about that. It's not even like that.
Slapping a nigga.
I feel like it. To me, it makes me feel like I'm being punked. Like, don't tell me what to do. Like, you're not my husband. It's almost like a step, having a step. Like, you're not my dad.
He has to be a husband to have that.
No, you have to be consistent though. Like, in other words, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing for me that you thought you could tell me what the fuck to do?
So if you find the best man to follow, you wouldn't follow?
Absolutely, I would.
Okay, so that's the end of the discussion.
I never said I wouldn't though.
No, you just said I'm not a follower. I wouldn't even. You already wrote yourself off as like you couldn't follow the best person to lead. It seemed like you two like stuck in your independent like.
I am.
Hey, why do you care? Why you talking to
intervention?
I don't give a
Like, she don't like this conversation. These ain't conversations she could have with Blueface. She can't show that much fervor, you know what I'm saying, in a conversation with her and Blueface. Like, she don't like a girl to be talking to her like this. But also, let me say this, man. I've been around enough girls to know a proxy war when I see one, right? Let me see what Kanisha said. She said, that's facts. My husband remind me of my dad in ways. Yep, exactly. And me and my mom I love my mom, right? But I never could be no mama's boy because I'm my dad's son, and you know what I'm saying, through and through, right? And me and my mom, we get along very well, but I like to give my mom her space, and my mom definitely give me my space. She's not a overbearing type of mama, you know what I'm saying? Probably worry a little too much, but she not like overbearing like that though, right? And that's how I like my girls too. Give me some damn space to breathe, man. I like to get shit done. I'm not the guy that you gotta be up under 24/7. No, I'm not worried about where you at. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm not coming up to your job or none of that shit. Go do some adult shit. You know what I'm saying? Some self-discipline shit. And you all good, you know? But I like somebody to give me a little bit of space, man, to operate. You know, they say, give somebody some space, and they supposed to be for you, they'll find their way back. But in this particular situation right here, right, I didn't think that Krishan was like nobody. I didn't think that, because she acts so ignorant and loopy, and like her, like she not there so much, she out of it so much, that I'm thinking she just hard to get rid of, you know what I'm saying, whatever. But then this clip though, and like I said, I know a proxy war when I see one. So she is talking a little shit, and she is taking a few shots at Krishan because what they talking about is the way he treating her. And she's saying, I would be feeling like, who the fuck are you to tell me what to do? And then when he like, oh, well, you just stuck a little bit too much in your independent ways or whatever. She like, I am. Like, as to say, like, I'm this way, and I couldn't be like her. Like, you know what I'm saying? The way she is. Like, she is talking shit to her in front of her. I will say that, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, she's asking dude valid questions about y'all relationship, y'all like putting on display. Look, you can see her making the salty face. It make you salty when somebody talking about you in front of you, but not addressing you directly. But Blueface, Mama Blue, you ain't have to rub it in, man. You know this girl ain't got it all, man. Jesus. But Monish, whatever her name is, Monish, she was getting a little testy out here, though. And she was directing it to hers, what's her name? Or his treatment to her.
Like, what are you doing for me that you thought you could tell me what the fuck to do?
So if you find the best man to follow, you wouldn't follow?
Absolutely, I would.
Okay. So that's the end of the discussion.
I never said I wouldn't, though.
No, you just said I'm not a follower. I wouldn't even. Like, you already wrote yourself off as like you couldn't follow the best person to lead. It seemed like you two like stuck in your independent like.
I am.
Hey, why do you care? Why you talking to her?
Intervention.
I don't give a fuck. Let me have an intervention with her.
So why you saying that?
Because there's nothing to say. What?
Hey, Catwoman.
Stop playing.
Catwoman.
They weird, man. Her and dude, they weird, man. Like they little sidebar, little under the breath arguments. It's like dealing with a kid. Like, don't do that. Don't do that right now. Don't put the bubble gum back. No, we not getting no candy at the register. No, put Krishan, put it back. Like they be having these little arguments. Like they both are special and they both are each other's caretakers. What they need is 2 matching helmets. Let's go.
Blueface mama hopped on the line to speak about Krishan getting mad at the girl talking to Blueface too long. She said, I don't promote violence, but this is the one time she said smash, but she sat there letting this girl talk crazy to her through John. Ain't no way you would have tried to chastise me through him. Man. So now I see why Blueface is so crazy over Krishan. Her mama is the same way. Like, they both airheads. To me, it seemed like Blueface mama really want to be with her son. Because, like, what?
Man, listen. So, that right there is crazy, right? How many people do y'all know? You know, I want y'all to comment in the chat. You know, Nikki, Kia, Kanisha. How many people do y'all know or have y'all dealt with in the past, like guys, to where they had like the mom act like she they girlfriend or something like that, like act like she gotta compete with you. You know what I mean? Because I know a girl going through that right now. She met the dude, you know what I'm saying? You're a cool dude or whatever, you know. And they start to hit it off a little bit, but like now he got like sisters. He like the only boy. It's like sisters, mama, all that. And like the mamas and the sisters is like, they do little passive aggressive shit. Like when he walk in with her, they'll say like, hi. Let's say his name is Joseph. Like, hi, Joseph. It's good to see you, Joseph. Like clearly just addressing him and not her. Like a bunch of retarded passive aggressive shit, right? What is that, man? What is that? You know what? I'm gonna ask y'all what it is, and I'm gonna let y'all comment. You know, but 2 guns in the building. What's going on with you, brother? Let me see. Kia said it's crazy. Mama said I'm the only woman you need. Oh hell no. He said, nigga, my mama be on pure bullshit with this. Nigga, our niece is a. Dog, I swear too, I love your family, man. Like, I love your family, dog. You got You got them generations of women in your family too. You got Shawnee, you got your mama, you got Bear, you got them generations, bro. So yeah, they gonna get on your ass, bro. And you is definitely a man about town, so they are gonna be on your ass. But how many of y'all done had to deal with that though, man? That's crazy though, Kia. You said the mama was like, I'm the only woman you ever gonna need. That's weird to me. That's weird. Now, if men was running around like that about their daughters, oh, I'm her boyfriend. I'm gonna be the only boyfriend you need. Where you at? What you doing? You better not. Oh, he didn't get you nothing to eat. Oh, he better get you something to eat. He didn't share his fries with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, niggas just sound stupid running around trying to compete with all they daughter little boyfriends. We threaten that nigga one good time. Hey, this is what I say. I be like, my daughter like you, so I like you. Soon as she don't like you, I hate your fucking guts, and I don't want to see you, and I don't want to hear shit from you. You hear me? And it's like, yes, sir. And it's like, cool, y'all have fun. And that's it. That's the only conversation I'm having. But nah, for those weird relationships where the mama be so attached to the son. Let me tell you my take on that. Let me tell you the Mac World take. Hold on, I gotta go big. Plus, you know what I'm saying? Y'all need to see my bun. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, for all the requests for me to put my hair up. Nah, but so, oh yeah, matter of fact, get them likes up, man. Get them likes up. If you ain't sub to the channel, you know. Hit the like button. It's free. Don't just walk in, slap me. You know what I'm saying? Look my mama up and down, you know. Go in the kitchen, get some corn dogs out, you know, and not even the regular corn dogs, the ones with the honey, you know what I'm saying? And just walk out. That's rude, you know what I'm saying? Hit that like button, say something. But, you know, it's one of those situations like with these two right here, where I think when the mama gets real mad about that and real apprehensive about the girl, it's because she knows what type of woman she was. She knows, it's like she see that in herself. She see that ridiculous behavior and all that, and she see it, and she know how she's been doing it for years, and you know, her lack of accountability mixed with not looking real bad has got her a long way. And now you see your son done brung home one of you. He done brung one of you home. Cute, out of control. You know what I'm saying? And now you feel like you gotta police him and save him and all that. Nah, he want what you've normalized is what he want. And a lot of these, this is the appeal to Blueface. You know what I'm saying? Blueface appealed to a lot of women because he puts up with anything Krishan do because his mama is like that. You know what I'm saying? He thinks that behavior is normal. He don't see it as dysfunctional. So a lot of girls admire that. Like, I'm telling you, girls admire a dude who just don't care. If you care too much, they're going to get on you. They're going to taunt you. They're going to threaten you with going outside. If you don't care, babe, you want me to stay home today? No, go. But I can stay home if you want me to. What you going to be doing at home? Nothing. Go. You know what I'm saying? Like, they want somebody who don't give a shit. So be the man of their dreams. Let's go.
What the hell are you talking about? All they was doing was having a simple conversation. That's all they was doing. Blueface was asking her a question. The interviewer asked back, and they were just discussing it. Then Krishan sitting right there all mad, like, why you got to keep talking to her? You ain't got to talk to her. I can talk to her. Like, shit is sad, man. Her mama is just like Krishan Rock.
My guy, the interviewer, he mad and shit. But you know what? I ain't gonna lie. Let me see what channel. Let me shout the channel out real fast. Shout out to Everything Entertainment. Yeah, man, he got some good. He be having some good content on here. You know, like good current events and like hip hop and different shit like that. Kind of new channel, but I like it though. I try to look for like the newer channels, you know. But yeah, let's go.
Crazy. I can only imagine the shit that Blueface witnessed growing up. I'm pretty sure his mama dealing with a whole bunch of men fighting. And he grew up thinking that's what he's supposed to do. He's supposed to fight with his girl. It's nothing but generational trauma getting passed down. It's sad, man. At the same time, he's still a grown man. He got to have a brain to think for himself, and he's allowing her to think for him. Ain't no one in here, a normal dude with a good head and the shoulders, gonna deal with a girl like Krishan, bruh. People like that don't change. I don't care if they have a baby. I don't care if they get locked up. I don't care what happens. They not gonna change. She is gonna stay the same way.
Plus, you know, she not gonna change because she never got nowhere being normal. She got fame and fortune and clout and accolades and all that from acting stupid. This hoe running around with her neck tatted up with a bunch of she running around with her neck tatted up. And not no cute shit neither. I'm talking about like that. You know how niggas be having that sleeve on their neck, like that prison. Like, look, y'all got matching necks, bro. I do not. What's the appeal of a girl who wear 5 chains, got neck tats, face tats, but just got a wig on her head? Bro, this your homie, my nigga. She fight. She got neck jewelry on and shit. She got tats all on her. Like, bro, this the homie. And then on top of that, this how Blueface be looking. He be looking like, man, I don't know what to do with myself, man. He be looking like, I don't know he look like if I wasn't doing this, I don't know who I am. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I wasn't doing this shit, I don't know who the fuck I would be. Ooh, it's sad, man. This shit is sad. Both of them.
It's up to him to realize it one day before she hurt this man. I mean, she already beat on him before. They beat on each other, so it hurt him worse. Because all it takes for him to be asleep, she go through his phone, find like 5, 6 girls, and she end up just dropping something on his head. Like, you never know with girls like that, man. It is sad. Which I think about this about these.
Man, that shit is crazy, man. I mean, what y'all think about that, man? Let me see what y'all say in the chat. Kia said it's super weird. He expect nothing but bitch assness after he told me that, yeah, the dude talking about his mama is the only woman he need. Oh my God. Yeah. And yep, passing the BS down to your children definitely is generational. What you like, they ask you these questions in interviews and like applications, interviews, shit like that. They will ask you questions like how far your parents made it in school, because they know that's gonna be your baseline. Your parents want you to make it as far as they did, at least, and further, you know. And they ask you, you know, they don't really ask you as far as like, you know, what kind of home you came from, but the kind of home you came from has a big impact on what you normalize. So if you've never had a man in the house and you're not going to be used to having no man in the house, you going to feel like you going to naturally look as a man in the house as an anomaly, and you're going to always be at odds with that man. And if you've grew up having men in and out your house and your mama disrespecting them, and F you, John, and you know what I'm saying, then next week, F you, Tom, and then the next week, you know, it's all, I don't need no man, but she just got man running in and out of there. You gonna be the same way, because you're gonna be trying to figure out what's the secret is about men where you don't need one, but you like why she didn't need one but constantly had to have one. Man running in and out of there, clapping her cheeks, decimating her guts. You know what I'm saying? You gonna be like, I gotta figure out what's the big deal. Especially I know a lot of girls I know that's my age, they talk about how they mamas when they was young always like put the man before them or whatever. And I don't be wanting to say nothing to a lot of them, but I be wanting to be like, ho, you is the same way. You is not the apple from the tree. You ho is the same way. But I don't be wanting to say all that, you know. Yep, Kia said her peers met in college. Mine too. Let me see what two say. He say, ain't no bitch that look like Miss Piggy stressing me out like that. Listen, she gonna stress you out too. She gonna cook for you real good. She gonna sit up, curl up next to you and shit all fluffy. You know what I'm saying? And then, right when you getting all comfortable and all that, that's when she gonna bring in the stress, y'all. See, this going on with my mama. This going on with this. Peace. shattered, mission accomplished, peace shattered. You know what I'm saying? Let me give y'all some advice, man. You know, I'm gonna give y'all some advice. You know how girls, like, it was like this girl, she would hit me up and be begging me for food and shit like that, and then proceed to say she ain't on nothing sexual. So I had to start telling this hoe, like, I'm not on nothing financial. You know what I'm saying? Because she would be trying to, like, how you gonna tell me you ain't trying to do this or trying to do that? Like, explicitly stating it. Not even like, ho, I wasn't sitting around waiting on no put thee from your ass. No way. You know what I'm saying? By all means, go take it that way to the market. You know what I'm saying? To the open market. But you know, when she would be trying to express that to me, I'm like, oh, this hoe trying to tell me what she want to set conditions. Listen, don't be on nothing emotional if you ain't got to. You know what I'm saying? Like, if they ain't trying to commit, then you ain't gotta be on nothing emotional like that, cause it ain't for you to. You know what I'm saying? Different situations go different ways or whatever, and people commit to different degrees. You might think, well, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, I gotta be this way or whatever, but she's never been invested that much in this situation. She's used to these situations because they are a norm for her to have somebody there, but she's never seen or herself in nobody invest that deeply into one of these situations. It's just like a baseline for her. You know what I'm saying? Like a social baseline for her. So watch out for, you know, why you get in these relationships, who you get in relationships with, and make sure the reasons you get into them is for real, right? And that brings me to my next clip. Excuse me. Oh, shit. About Alex Jones, right? I could tell y'all about it, but I'm going to just let y'all see it. So let's go. Crazy. And if y'all know who Alex Jones is, y'all know this is crazy info right here. This is he run a channel called InfoWars. This is the info right here that you should have been waging war on, because this, oh man, let's go. Let's check it out, y'all.
Is getting sued by the defamed as crisis actors. His lawyers were incompetent enough to accidentally send the entire digital copy of his cell phone to the attorney representing said Sandy Hook families. Well, now those texts have been made public. The Southern Poverty Law Center has reported on them, and oh boy, it is a doozy. Now, I felt tempted to feel sorry for Alex Jones because he's such a miserable, sad person. But if you also get that temptation to feel bad for him, just remember that he made the lives of the parents who lost their children in that shooting miserable, okay? To the point where one family had to move 8 times to get away from Alex Jones's audience members who were sending them death threats, following them around, stalking them. One person even got arrested for doing so. So just keep that in mind. With that said, though.
Okay, I want to add one thing that comes out in these in this story. He said once on air that they should be LGBTP instead of Q because it stands for pedophiles. And then he went on to say that gay people chop up your children with an axe and rape them. Okay, so that's the kind of disgusting pig that Alex Jones is. I don't feel sorry.
It's always the people that go real hard on something else or that somebody else do that's secretly into it theyself. Everybody that you see, when you see dudes out here like, man, she a hoe and all this, you know why he concerned she a hoe? Because he want to buy something. He trying to purchase something. You see these priests out here, they obsessed with little kids, little boys' sexuality. It's because they want to see which ones is, you know what I'm saying, a little bit zesty. They want to know for themselves so they could groom them early. Police, they ain't trying to fight crime. They into the crime. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't nobody got no fervor about nothing but living a good balanced life. If somebody act like they just too into something, and especially too into, like too against something that ain't bothering them, like they gotta go out and be against it, that's because they into that shit. Clearly.
About any of his misery. I love that he's miserable. And by the way, of course, it's always self-hatred. It turns out there's an overwhelming chance that he's bi at a minimum. Okay, I'm gonna show you some of those details in a second too.
So he says this quite often. In the text, Alex Jones described himself as living in hell, being part of a sick joke, and sinking down into a black hole.
Yes.
That was repeated many times throughout these text exchanges with multiple people. Now, the texts also show that Alex Jones feels alienated or is alienated and has few or no friends.
A lot of people's lives,
only chats with
exactly
other pro-Trumpers and people he knows. Even in text with his David Jones, that's his father. It's no big deal. In another text message, I get notice
this
via
is Daddy ignoring his
media,
text.
meaning notice about, you know, the trial that he's facing, the amount of money he has to pay, all of that. So I just need to start shutting down. I always get my legal news a few weeks late via news. And then another text, I just need to love it. I don't know what that means.
His dad probably didn't know what it meant either. That's why he never replied to him.
Yeah, his dad never replied. So he was ignored.
Daddy,
Despite
like, my
that, he
son
tries
is a
again,
failure.
continues texting his father.
Bitch.
Is very scary, probably it is what he meant. It is very scary to almost never to learn about stuff from yourselves.
If that doesn't make any sense, you're gonna see later, there's a lot of vodka involved in his life.
Yes, if very disconcerting, and nothing can stop it. Then he writes, it seems, but yes, it's misspelled, whatever. It's like gravity, a black hole, and then there's a hole emoji apparently. So his father never responds to that either. The report also sheds light on Jones's conversations with his second and current wife, Erica Wolf. There was a lot included in the Southern Poverty Law Center's reporting on this. I just felt gross to share all of it, and I'm not going to get into all of it.
Yeah, it's
but
pretty nasty,
let me just say, it's very clear him has actually deployed people to spy on her because he suspects him, is concerned that she's cheating on him multiple times. He is concerned that she's cheating on him, accuses her of cheating on him, has actually deployed people to spy on her because he suspects that she's cheating on him.
He want her to cheat
they have
on
gotten
him, like,
into physical
he into
altercations, which is clear based on text exchanges that he has shared with his father. In one case, he says that they got into a fight, it got violent, and that her jaw is in pain and that she's looking for painkillers. His father happens to be a dentist who I assume would have the ability to prescribe painkillers to her. But nonetheless, it seems like a very dangerous and toxic relationship.
I am not reticent to go into it, so I will. So first of all, he watches cuckold porn.
Which, whatever. I
mean, to each his own, all right. And then he's obsessed with.
Cuckold porn is like you are the helpless husband and you are watching your wife cheat on you and shame you and you get off on that, like watching, like sitting there helpless while your wife cheat on you and all that. So he's into like shaming, and it's usually got something to do with like if a dude feels like he can't please his wife or something. So it's like that shaming element to it, that humiliation element. Like you wanna feel like a little bia, like you get off on that, like your wife making you feel like, you know, whatever. I be running across a lot of racists that be worried about, like, you know, they wife want to be with this black dude. You want to be with this big black guy. But secretly, that's what they be wanting to know. You know what I'm saying? They'll contact you on some old, like, yes, I want you to sleep with my wife. But outwardly they racist though. It's the weirdest thing ever, man. These folks are obsessed with black people. They don't not like black people. They obsessed with like black lives and bodies and everything we do. Let's go.
Is his wife having sex with others? And so that he hires a former black water guy to track her throughout town. Not at all creepy, but get a load of this extra irony. He usually asks the guy to follow her while he's having an affair. So Alex Jones will go to someone else's house and he says, I want a sucky in the text.
Oh, come on. Ugh.
And meanwhile, he's telling the Blackwater guy, hey, while I go have sex with the other woman, see if my wife is having sex with someone else. I don't know if it's because he's gonna be angry about it or he's gonna be turned on by it. So we know publicly he accidentally showed the trans porn that he was watching in a stream that he did and said that, oh yeah, that's on everybody's phone.
Yeah.
And then his wife, they have a lot of sexual text back and forth, heavily implying that he's bisexual. At some point, she sends just a picture of a large black penis to him, no women in the picture. And then she says, you be bi, okay? Now, look, maybe his wife is wrong and he's not bisexual. Maybe he looked at that picture and was like, I don't know why you sent this to me.
Nah, your wife, no, your wife not never, your wife, your girlfriend not never sending you nothing like that unless you into it. And he talking about all them text messages was implying he was bi. Like with not between him and this is between him and his wife. Not just a girl he know, not none of that. His wife, she knows you, bro. She not gonna send you no picture of another man, and especially you don't get mad about it unless you into that. That's crazy as hell. Alex Jones, y'all. InfoWars, Alex Jones, man, these folks is all weird. It's all gonna come out in this information age. Let's go.
It's possible, okay, I'm just giving you the facts. But it appears there is massive self-loathing in that black hole that he describes.
Yeah, and look, I don't know. I don't know why I felt uncomfortable sharing that part of it, but consider the fact that he very likely might be bi and says some of the worst things publicly about the LGBT community.
Yes, that's why it's self-hatred.
Yeah. Okay, so you mentioned the porn stuff. I think that's relevant too because, of course, publicly he has this persona as someone who's just almost puritanical when it comes to his views on pornography. But behind
Same, ain't that the same with his best friend Kanye West? Kanye West in public is Jesus is king and there's no president and there Jesus this, Jesus that, Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. But then behind closed doors, he forcing people to watch porn. He love Hitler. You know what I'm saying? He talking all crazy and explicit to his employees and stuff like that. It's crazy. Oh, and they said that's the same thing Alex Jones was doing. He was making people at his company InfoWars watch like porn and stuff like that.
scenes, he's like sending Pornhub links to his employees.
Right, I just said that.
So like it's just crazy to me.
It's crazy.
Shares links to
don't make no
pornographic
damn
videos
sense.
in texts that Hate Watch
Look how we
reviewed.
look, though.
The videos he shares have titles that indicate they likely contain the same hardcore content he derides. Many of the videos, which include in their titles words like cuckolding and hot slaves, along with a variety of explicit sex acts, feature a woman having sex with multiple men. Now that part is relevant because on his show, he condemned anyone who watches pornography, and he specifically talked about that kind of porn that he happened to be watching himself and sharing with other employees.
I mean, it's such classic projection. On the air, he's like, they're degrading these poor women, 20 guys at once, it's a plot. And by the way, you'll never guess who he thinks the plot was hatched by, the plot of pornography.
I guess the Jews. Yep, exactly.
Okay, so
they the scapegoats for everything. Whenever white folks do something wrong, they always blame it. They can't blame the black people. If it's something cultural, they blame black people. If it's something that they are influenced by or that they choose to get into themselves, if it's outside of their culture, they blame black people. If it's inside their culture, they say, oh, the Jews infiltrated and put it here. Like, it's so stupid. It don't make no damn sense, man. And speaking of that, I'm just gonna leave off on that note right there because Alex Jones just a waste of time. He don't get no more of my airtime because I want to talk about the little black boy who got shot, and that's my next topic. And you know, really my segue from that is accountability. And you know, the police need to be held accountable for this situation. And I guess now, you know, the good news is now they is getting held accountable because the boy is actually getting paid $12 million. But the bad news is he is permanently disabled for his whole life. They said throughout his life he gonna need multiple knee replacements and all that. So let's look into the little homie. Let's go.
12-year-old child, unarmed, shot because now there's a $12 million settlement. Let me give you the background to this extreme story. Let's put up the picture full mass here. All right. The Richton Park Police Department will now pay $12 million to settle a lawsuit alleging one of his officers wrongfully shot Amir Worship, a then 12-year-old child, during a raid of his home in Illinois. This took place in 2019. Amir, 16, is permanently disabled after being shot in his knee during the raid. You heard me right. As part of the settlement, the officer in Richton Park publicly apologized to Amir, who is now a high school junior and is expected to need multiple knee replacements during his entire lifetime. Officer Khalid Blood, who remains an officer for the Richton Park Police, claimed the gun was defective and accidentally went off, striking Amir in the right knee. Let's put up a picture of the mother. Amir's mother, her name is Crystal. Crystal said, and I quote, "I accept his apology, but he was reckless that day. There's a lot of healing we have to do. The family has since moved to Texas, but the family and their attorney said it is not enough. Officer Blood should be fired," the attorney says. He told reporters this on Wednesday. Not only has he not been fired, but Officer Blood has not even been disciplined in any form or fashion for shooting a 12-year-old boy.
So I want y'all to keep that in mind, because I thought about doing the whole like separate channel about this. You know, I was gonna call it Good Cops, because y'all gotta think they shot the 12-year-old boy. They came in there, shot the 12-year-old boy in the knee, didn't get shit else done really other than injuring this 12-year-old boy for life. And he didn't even get disciplined. He didn't get fired. He didn't get disciplined. So that lets you know it wasn't a mistake. They consider that good police work. Because if it was bad police work or something that he clearly knew not to do, he would have got fired for it. So whenever you see these police get off for this shit that they do like this, you got to think about this thought that might be kind of scary to you. These are the good cops. According to the police, these are the good cops. The cops that came in and shot him up are the good cops. So imagine a bad cop, or what you got to do to be considered a bad cop. You probably got to be a straight killer. Let's go.
Hofield said 3 prior investigations into the shooting were inadequate and called for the Cook County State's Attorney's Office to reopen the investigation into the officer. I'm going to give you some background to this raid that took place in 2019. Amir was in fact shot. Amir was shot before dawn on May 26, 2019, after officers entered the home of Crystal Worship and exploded flashbang grenades. The officers were part of the South Suburban Emergency Response Team. They were looking for Crystal Worship's boyfriend,
another one
who was arrested and charged with drug possession. The charges were actually later completely dropped. During the raid, officers handcuffed the 13-year-old son, and one officer pointed a rifle at Amir, according to the lawsuit. Amir was sitting on his bed and complying with the officer's commands when the officer's gun went off, according to them. Amir testified the officer was adjusting the rifle when it fired. The officer had been pointing the gun at Amir's chest, but Amir leaned back to put his shoes on, so he was shot in his knee instead.
So do y'all see that? The officer was supposed to kill him. You know what I'm saying? He had the rifle pointed at him. He seen it was a 12-year-old boy. That ain't matter. He seen the 12-year-old boy was in bed and unarmed. That ain't matter. He kept the gun pointed at him, and it's like, oh, oops, my gun went off. And he had the gun originally pointed at his chest. The boy just happened to be leaning back to grab his shoes and got shot in the knee. So it was just by the grace of God that he ended up losing his knee and saved his life, because the officer was actually finna kill him. And had the officer killed him, nothing wouldn't have happened. It would have been just the same as him shooting him in the knee. It's so crazy. That's why we say Black Lives Matter, because you can lose your life by accident at any age, at any time, in any situation, even laying in bed. You could be laying in bed having a good dream about unicorns, and the police could, when you black, and the police could bust in your house. When you a black kid, you could be laying in the bed dreaming about school the next day. Police could come in and shoot you right in your chest, and it won't make no difference. That officer will probably get promoted. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we mean when we say Black Lives Matter. And I saved that to the end because shit like that pissed me off, man. But you know, that's all I got for y'all today. Shout out to everybody that came through. Ooh, that fart just stunk. It wasn't supposed to smell like that. Ooh, I gotta get out of here. I done smoke bomb. I done flashbanged myself in here. That was a no-knock raid on my nostrils. Woo. Shout out to everybody that checked out the show today. You know what I'm saying? All my moderators, you know. All the content creators, you know, none of the haters, but all the creators, you know. And that's, you know, that's it. I guess my final thought for today is just, again, man, you know, watch out for people that you supposed to trust, that you just put in positions, because at the end of the day, they just ordinary people, like John Legend said, and shit, they could do something messed up to you, and you gotta always look out for yourself. Keep your own head on the swivel. Look out for your loved ones. And just try to stay out of situations where anybody can do anything to you or yours. You know what I mean? And that's how we gotta do it, man, because there's too many unpredictable people and factors in the world. But we gonna always have to keep trying, though. But that's all I got for y'all, man. Appreciate y'all checking me out. Hit that like if you ain't hit it. Subscribe to the channel if you ain't subscribed. Welcome to Mac World. Hate, like, comment. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, that's it, man. So until not tomorrow because it's Friday. Oh, let me tell y'all this. Enjoy y'all weekend too. First weekend of the month, first Friday. All the clubs in Milwaukee gonna be lit for this first Friday. So be safe out here when they start shooting tonight, y'all. That's all I got for y'all, though. So until Monday, check out my boxing videos, and I'm out of here, y'all. Later.